in high definition, CBS 3 Eyewitness News. Now in high definition, CBS 3 Eyewitness News.
5 decades ago, my father, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., stood upon this hallowed spot.
Celebrating 50 years of a dream, tens of thousands gather on the National Mall to mark the March on Washington and Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s famous speech.
It's just a very important time for us, and we need to maintain our focus and realize the important things in life.
And many from our area left before sunrise to be a part of today's events and make history once again. Good evening, everyone. I'm Pat Shiraki. 5 decades ago, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. delivered his famous I Have a Dream speech. Events to commemorate that moment began today with an anniversary march. CBS News correspondent Marley Hall was there.
Tens of thousands of people packed the National Mall to commemorate the 50th anniversary of the historic March on Washington. It was a flashback to August 28, 1963, the day Martin Luther King Jr. made his famous I Have a Dream speech.
I was here 50 years ago, back in the day.
It's an emotional anniversary for Clifford Lee. King's words still inspire him.
He's not here with us, but here with us in spirit. And I want to march to continue his dream.
King's eldest son, Martin Luther King III, told the crowd the nation is still working to fulfill his father's vision of justice and equality.
This is not the time for nostalgic commemoration, nor is this the time for self-congratulatory celebration. The task is not done. Their journey is not complete.
The King family and other civil rights leaders led the march in Washington.
The excitement and emotion of the crowd was palpable as they walked towards the Washington Monument and remembered the struggle of those who walked on this very same ground half a century earlier.
This is a very proud moment to commemorate something so special.
Congressman John Lewis spoke back in 1963. Today, he's still encouraging Americans to keep fighting for what's right.
We cannot go back. We come too far. We want to go forward.
In Washington, Marley Hall for CBS 3 Eyewitness News.
The March on Washington commemoration drew many people from the Delaware Valley. Leaders from the Urban League of Philadelphia boarded a bus for D.C. and Bala-Cynwyd early this morning. It was a similar scene in Princeton where members of the NAACP Trenton branch gathered for the journey. They say while much has been attained, much remains unfinished.
Groups need to come together and stay focused on what's important, and that's helping one another. I mean, Dr. Martin Luther King stood for all people, not just for one particular group of people, but for everyone.
Realize that we have more in common than we do different. And even our differences, they're minuscule in the grand scheme of things.
Well, these marchers also say they hope the event will re-energize local civil rights efforts.